Security, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner from New Era Gym. Give it up for Pawel, Lukazczyk.
Twardo dalej kroczysz, z drogi nie zboczysz, choćbyś krwią toczył tą broń, oczysz wszelkiego strachu. Swój bój stoczysz, choćbyś iść miał do piachu. To nie partia szachów, nie zbiją cię jak piona. Z tym sercem wiem, trudności pokonasz. Z tym sercem też w innych sercach zamieszkasz. Kibicuję i chcę iść po twoich ścieżkach. Z tym sercem wiesz, jesteś w moich wierszach. W te wersy więc wkładam kawał serca.
Second title fight of the evening, 75 kg boxing title belt. We've got Pawel Lukazczyk on his way to the cage, dressed in all red, clearly a very proud Polish gentleman, built very well indeed, but he's got his work out because Andris Kazoks is going to be across the corner from him from the Heroes Gym, and Andris Kazoks has got nuclear power in his right hand.
Yeah, but what we know from Pawel, as being a Polish man himself, they're just, I mean, they're workhorses and they just obtain this weird power that comes from nowhere. I remember being on the beach and my jet ski beached itself, and I'm a strong man myself.
If you don't say so yourself.
The Polish man came along and he said, let me help you, and smoothed it. And it's crazy that that's in their genetics. And if you couple that with the training and the technique and the ability to transfer those techniques in a fight, Polish fighters always bring it to the table and very exciting to watch.
Yeah, as I say, he's obviously very proud of his heritage, which will maybe give him that extra 5% here tonight when he needs it, Dean, and he may very well need it against Andris Kazoks.
And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner from Heroes Gym. Give it up for Andris Kazoks.
So here we have Andris Kazoks making his way into the cage. He's got some strapping on that right knee there, Dean. I wonder if that's maybe an old injury. I hope that doesn't affect him too much in this fight. As I say, last time we saw him, I think Contenders 22 it was, he got the knockout of the night. Literally the first right hand he threw, just detonated and folded his opponent like a deck chair. So watch out for that right hand tonight, Dean.
Missiles for right hands, and what kind of the thing behind that is he uses his hips and the kind of rotation to transfer the whole power. He doesn't just punch with his hands and allow that to kind of decide his power. He draws it up from the whole of his body and tries to deliver that to his opponent's chin. So very exciting fighter, and of course coming from the Heroes Gym, he's going to have the technicality to back that.
Yeah, very, very impressive gym. Of course, we've already seen two Heroes fighters and two Heroes stoppages tonight. The reason I mentioned the knee is because obviously a lot of the power comes from the lower half of the body. So I hope he can still talk properly through that knee and throw his punches.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this 75-kilogram boxing title contest is sponsored by the good folks at Regency Security. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner from New Era Gym. Give it up for Pawel Lukazczyk. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner from Heroes Gym. Put your hands together for Andris Kazoks. This contest will be fought over 5 two-minute rounds. Your referee in charge of the action, Mr. Dan Moverheady.
Okay, here we go. Hold on to your seats then. 5 fights, 5 knockouts so far. Let's see if we can make it a perfect 6. Pawel Lukazczyk from New Era Gym in the red corner with an all-red Polish shorts, and his opponent, the very powerful Andris Kazoks from Heroes Gym in the blue corner with the all-black shorts. Do not blink, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 75-kilo boxing belt on the line, and I'm not sure we're going to see all 5 two-minute rounds, Dean.
Kazoks coming out nice and calm and collected. He's up on his toes there. And as you alluded to that knee there about the rotation, if he keeps on his toes, he's able to rotate that leg through. If your foot's flat on the ground, it can cause some pain and torque through the knee. So as long as he stays on the balls of his feet with his heel off the ground, it should be all right.
So again, kind of a initial feeling out period. They've not gone hell for leather at all. Both guys obviously composed, experienced boxers, and they're just going to look for openings in this first round, feel each other out and look. A lot of times you're just throwing feints, aren't you, early doors, Dean, just to see what the other guy does, look for openings that you might be able to exploit. As I say, it really is a game of chess in there.
Well, that right hand just missed the bar there. Pawel moved back just enough. Beautiful combinations here.
There's that power right hand from Kazoks, as I say, throws it with such power. Leading back nicely away from the hook of Lukazczyk. Oh, nice body shot from Lukazczyk, though. Impressive.
Pawel's very calm and collected. You see that from boxers from that side of the world. They're able just to bounce in and out of range very well. They keep the hands nice and high, tick all the boxes. Oh, just behind the ear there. Beautiful roll and a counter right hand.
I think it was just a clash of feet as well there. I think it was just a little stumble, Dean. I'm not sure he caught him full on there. But certainly, Lukazczyk is giving Kazoks something to think about early doors. And a guy like Kazoks is used to coming in and having the power advantage. Maybe he's thinking he's not going to have it all his own way.
Pawel looking for the body shot there. And you notice that his guard, he kind of turns his left hand out. What he's trying to do is catch. See there, he leans it out. He's trying to catch the jab on that hand and then counter after it.
That's dangerous, though. The guy who throws a right hand like Kazoks, because if he knows he can time that, he'll throw it over the top, Dean, and you do not want him detonating that power right on your chin. We come to the end of the first round here. Cagey first round, really. Oh, nice shots from Andris Kazoks.
Kazoks really got some missiles for hands. And even his jab has just got that crazy power. Does a great job of drawing the power up from the ground. And you notice when he punches, he keeps his legs nice and bent. He's not straight, he's not leaning out, giving the power and leaning forward. He really does keep his base nice and square to be able to transfer the maximum amount of power to his opponent.
And oftentimes you see when a fighter has power, they're kind of doubly confident because they know no matter where a fight goes, they know they've always got the equaliser, don't they, Dean? And certainly Andris Kazoks, we saw a couple of times there, when he throws power, he really does throw heavy leather. So an interesting cagey first round than I expected, actually, because I thought the way the guys came out, fired up, I thought they were going to go to war straight away. But I do like to see them kind of feel each other out and kind of, as I say, literally just looking for gaps and feints and see how they react to various different feints, Dean. That's an important part of the pro game, isn't it?
You'll see that often with kind of the higher ranked guys. They want to feel that out, they want to test the feints and feints, they want to gauge the reactions and see where the tools lie and the weaknesses lie and expose them in the later rounds.
Absolutely, you don't just want to run in there, throw something huge and get knocked out like a dingleberry here, live on Fight TV. You certainly don't want that going live around the world. As I say, Mark Keith, Dean Midhat here, live on Fight TV, Contenders 23. A pleasure to have you with us as we go into round 2 of this boxing title bout at 75 kilos.
Kazoks working that jab now. He's got to pump that out, put that right hand on the end of it, and then use that head movement, go to the body, then come up top.
Again, calm and considered start to this second round. Both guys clearly have a lot of respect for each other. Nice power again there from Kazoks. He's certainly throwing the more powerful shots so far, but Lucas, oh, nice jab there from Kazoks as Lukazczyk came in. Maybe the most telling shot of the fight so far.
Yeah, Pawel likes to come forward. He's not really creating any angles when he advances, and that kind of offers the affordance for him to walk onto the straight punches of Kazoks.
Nice body shot there. Going up top from Lukazczyk. Interesting. This is heating up nicely, Dean.
Kazoks here still respecting the power of Pawel. He's kind of not swinging out wildly and dropping his hands unnecessarily. When he backs up, he takes his hands with his chin. Kazoks looking for the gauge, just that little slip, that kind of half slip motion. He's trying to plant that jab straight down the pipe.
Good head movement again there from Lukazczyk. This is a really interesting technical boxing match here for the title of Contenders 23. And he's throwing that, he knows he's going to hit the arms, but I think he's just, when you hit that hard, even just hitting the arms is going to make those arms feel heavy, isn't it, Dean? And maybe start to drop that guard.
Certainly can feel the transfer of power through those gloves. And also, it barrages the shoulders and the forearms and makes it harder to keep your hands up and move them fast. So if you imagine punching somebody up in the head area and they want to pull their hands up, if they can't do it as quick, you're simply going to get them before they pull their hands up.
Now then, we've got 5 2-minute rounds, there's 2 down, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but for my money, at the end of that round there, Lukaszyk's hands were certainly starting to drop. He was starting to look tired. His mouth was starting to open. And as they say, old-timers will tell you, when you start to breathe with your mouth open in a boxing match, that's trouble, because you're more likely to get knocked out. So Kazoks, maybe there's a method to the madness of clubbing those arms, getting them to drop, getting to deaden them the arms, and work on the cardio of Pawel Lukaszczyk.
Kazoks doing a great job of breaking down every area here and staying technical. Pawel's got to turn up the volume here, use the headwork to get in, and trying to implement his own jab. He's not even putting the arm out. It's kind of like showing that he wants to tap the arm away, but he's not firing the jab to make Kazoks think twice about implementing those combinations, particularly that left hook right hand.
Do you know what, Dean? That's a fantastic read. He's just pouring with the jab, isn't he? He's not throwing it. The jab is one of the most, probably the most important shot in all of boxing, because everything else comes off the jab, and if you haven't got an effective jab, particularly if you're just pouring with it like this, as I say, a guy like Andris Kazoks can time that. If he knows the jab's not coming, he'll start throwing right hands over the top all day. So here we go, round 3 in this 2-minute round fight for the 75-kilo boxing title here at Contenders 23. Mark Heath, Dean Mitap, your guides for the evening. Pleasure to have you with us as always. And let's see, as I say, I think Lukaszczyk towards the end of that round was starting to show a little bit signs of fatigue, Dean.
Yeah, he was complaining about kind of, oh, that one slipped free. He's complaining like maybe an elbow or a punch to the back of the head. And that either says to me that, you know what, that he did get hit there, or he wants some time to just suck up some more oxygen to regain that kind of the oxygen debt and the fatigue in his muscles.
Generally speaking, when you start to see a fighter complain about things, that means they're not happy with the way things are going. Nice left hook there from Kazoks. Both guys looking to throw at the same time.
I'd like to see Pawel work that rear uppercut. More often than not, Kazoks will slip quite low to the left side to load that lead hand up. And they could offer that affordance there for that uppercut to come straight from the bottom there. But Pawel can't telegraph, he can't duck low, because it's going to tell Kazoks that something could potentially come upward as well as to go to the body. So he needs to disguise that rear uppercut behind the pumping jabs and kind of work the hooks there. You can see there, like, he throws the punch, it completely misses, and he doesn't do anything at the end of it. He doesn't roll, he doesn't move out of range, he doesn't circle off or pivot, just stays where he is. So Pawel needs to start working there. Oh, that one slipped through.
Big left hook there from Andris Kazoks. I don't know if it's coming through the comms, but there's an electric atmosphere in here, and Andris Kazoks is a very, very popular young man. Chance of Andris behind us from the travelling support for the Heroes Gym, as I say, a local just down the road, Kings Lynn. A lot of support, and they're certainly roaring on their man tonight. And at the moment, Andris Kazoks is starting to gain a foothold and maybe certainly taking a few steps towards having the upper hand in this fight, Dean.
Pawel did a great job of kind of keeping the hands up and moving the head down now, but it's too linear, like he's leaning down and he's not coming up with any shots, he's not coming up with uppercuts or body shots. See there, he just leans away from the punch, and that allows Kazoks to reset and then throw more punches.
Boxing's all about making him miss and making him pay, isn't it? So he's making him miss, but he's got to start making him pay if he's going to get a dent into this fight. 3 rounds down then, 2 rounds left. Andris Kazoks thus far boxing very composed, landing the bigger shots. And for me, if you're in Pawel Lukaszczyk's corner, you've got the harder work on your hands here. I'm going to put you in that corner now, Dean, as I say, a veteran fighter, respected figure in the fight game. What do you say to Pawel Lukaszczyk? Because you're probably 3 rounds down. Do you tell him that?
I wouldn't. I'd say, you know what, don't respect this guy. You've got to move the head, get in close, make it dirty. If you feel like you're in danger with the power shots, don't stand up with your hands in front of him. Clinch, get the separation, suck that air up as soon as you break away. Work the body as well. He's got to start hammering the body of Kazoks. He's got to give him a reason to not come off and throw those combinations with kind of so much confidence.
See if Pawel Lukaszczyk can summon up some of that extra 5% from his Polish heritage, the pride. He was so proud as he walked to the ring, the cage, excuse me, and he needs it now. He's got 2 rounds left to make a dent on the formidable Andris Kazoks, the man in front of him, who's probably just got the upper hand so far through those first 3 rounds. Round 4, here we go.
There we go, there's the head movement, there's the body shot. He needs to put these punches together, but be very economical, because you don't want to tire yourself out by just continually missing. There we go, more active, and you can see Kazoks now, he's having a bit more trouble implementing his own game.
Yeah, very impressive start to the round. Nice left hook exchange there as well. Pawel Lukaszczyk just starting to get into the fight here. Oh, nice shots from Kazoks. Left hook to the body, then right hook upstairs.
Pawel's now, there we go, that's a prime example. He moved and he had the body exposed of Kazoks. He just stayed low. And then, oh, a big left to the body.
That's a beautiful shot from Andris Kazoks. right into that floating rib. And again, look, Lukazczyk is dropping his hands. He can't do that.
Pawel's hurt, that's why he's circling away, he's walking away, he wants a bit of time to regain this.
He's struggling, Dean, isn't he?
He's dropping that right hand to cover his body. You can see that. Kazoks needs to target that side.
You've got to have a poker face in these things. Easier said than done, of course, but you can't show your opponent you're hurt. And here we go, right in front of us. Kazoks going straight back to the body, and that is certainly paying dividends. They say kill the body and the head will die, don't they, Dean? And that's certainly the way that Andris Kazoks is looking to do his business here tonight.
Kazoks very calm and collected. Let's not forget, this is for a belt. This is for the gold. This is for bragging rights. So you can't really expose yourself. You need to be technical. Go for the kill if it's there, but don't expose yourself by swinging wildly.
So Lukazczyk needs to do something. Nice left hook there. Caught Kazoks coming forward. He's certainly got to do something. Again, back to the body there from Kazoks. He's certainly found a home for that body work. Nice jab again.
Kazoks now needs to go back to the technicality that we've seen earlier on in the round. He needs to be patient. Use the jab to expose Pawel and work that body.
You see Pawel is actually switching southpaw at times as well, just really trying to mix up the looks he's given to Kazoks. 4 rounds down though, and you've got to say, so far I've scored everything for Kazoks, and look in the corner for Pawel Lukazczyk, his hands are on his knees, he's sucking big gulps of air, and as you say, Dean, you might be tired, you might be hurt, but you can't show your opponent that in there, because especially with a finisher like Andris Kazoks, that's like blood to a piranha.
Yeah, Pawel did a good job of kind of masking it there. He walked around as if he was strutting around the cage, Conor McGregor style, but he was actually hurt there. I mean, that's just to show that his level. He didn't drop his arm and say, you know, like telltale signs that I'm hurt. So Kazoks kind of stayed patient, and he's got this one in the bag. If you can kind of stick to his game plan, be technical, work behind that jab and expose the body and expose the headshots, but not force them and chase after them and swing wildly. And Pawel on the flip side, he's got to make this dirty now. He's got to make Kazoks miss and look for that big KO punch.
I think if you're Andris Kazoks here, danger in this last round is complacency, because I think he's probably feeling that he's fairly handily up. He doesn't want to go pushing too much, looking for the big knockout. It's a dilemma for him, but certainly I'd rather have that dilemma than the dilemma facing Pawel Lukazczyk, who's probably, for all intents and purposes, 4 rounds down as we go into the 5th and final round, and certainly needs a couple of counts, if not a stoppage, Dean, to get anywhere near this title belt.
Yeah, he's got to go for this. He's got to land that big punch. He's got to look for that overhand right, or there we go, there's a straight right. I'd like to see him work the hook, the right hook. As you can see, the left hand drops. Oh my goodness, some heavy work here from Kazoks, looking for the right hand mark.
And look at him measuring him with a big right hand. Oh! Nicely done there from Lukazczyk to elude that, because that was going to be trouble if that landed. As we see Kazoks now starting to think about maybe he can finish this fight with that nuclear right hand of his.
But Pawel's got to force those exchanges. That's when he is dangerous, when he can force the hands downward and make Kazoks swing wildly and look for that knockout. That's when he can expose the chin and land that power shot.
That's exactly what I say, Dean. That's the danger for me in Kazoks. Now he's looking for the finish. You're going to leave yourself more exposed. You load up for those shots.
Kazoks now a bit more patient, working behind the jab. Nice roll, beautiful body lifted into the right, up to the head with the hook.
Lukazczyk again kind of ran away, didn't he? So he's certainly feeling the pace here, but he needs to find some big shots from somewhere. Needs to throw caution to the wind. We're going to get a count here from Dan overhead. He's shot to the body. Dan's obviously picked up on the fact that Lukazczyk is tired, he's hurting, and he's given him a count. So now, with just a matter of seconds left, it literally is all or nothing now for Lukazczyk, Dean.
Yeah, Pawel's corner were telling him, breathe heavy, and let's go for this now, make it yours. Used to be punches on the end of those rolls. Ooh, just missed with the right hand there, did Kazoks. Pawel's noticeably tired here in this last round.
10 seconds left, and I think he's just going to run out of time. But very impressive show from Andris Kazoks here. And there we go, the fight's over. And the first fight of the evening's gone the distance, Dean. How boring.
But don't hear you say that. I don't want to get beaten up with you.
No, absolutely. Obviously, I was being facetious. That was an interesting and technical boxing fight, wasn't it?
But Kazoks really just got after at the end. He could have coasted that last round out. He could have coasted the last 2 rounds out, even the last 3. But he was still close range, looking for the punches to the body and the finishes.
We have a member of Regency Security to present. As if on cue, he does appear.
Movements, so just kind of was playing catch up and eating those body shots.
Okay, so let's get ready to make this official with the MC Tom Vince. going into the ring to announce the winner. Obviously the first time the judges have been needed tonight. We've got a title belt to be awarded, the 75 kilo boxing title belt, as we await the verdict of the judges. I think we know which way it's gone. Andris Kazoks saluting the rabid support here from Heroes Gym. And I love that, Dean. I love to see fighters have like a sort of family kind of vibe from their gyms, follow each other around, support each other. That's really important, isn't it?
Yeah, to have somebody backing you, and it gives you that extra confidence. You know what, I'm going to come here, I'm going to perform in front of my friends, and also it gives you a little bit of a kick not to lose in front of your friends and family. So, yeah, there's a big support here. I mean, to all the fighters, bring a lot of people up here. I mean, speaking to Scott Butters, who's fighting in the main event, he said he's got 90+ people that have come. So, so that's a great crowd to bring with him.
Just waiting, obviously, while we total up the judges' scorecards. Belt will be brought to the ring and awarded for the new Contenders 75 kilo boxing champion.
And it would be a well-earned professional victory from Andris Kazoks. And I say the word professional because he really took his time. There was a few exchanges in there when he wanted to get after it, and we saw the kind of the line in him that wanted to finish.
Ladies and gents, let's hear it for both these guys in the cage, please.
And worked the power when he needed it.
And ladies and gentlemen, after 5 hard-fought rounds, we have a unanimous decision. Your winner and the 75 kilogram boxing champion here at Contenders, from the blue corner, Andris Kazoks. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Pawel Lukazczyk.